Okay, so another day and another leak, or should we say a couple of leaks. So I don't know if you were watching the live stream we were doing yesterday, but we covered all of the live leaks that were happening regarding the Emperor's Children. We saw our Fulgrim stats, we saw our Lucius's stats, Lord Cacophonous stats, everything like that, and there's been more today. So I'm just going to switch over to this screen over here, because we can start going through them. So here we have the Lord Exultant, who comes as standard. Let's have a look at his space stats first. So movement of 7, toughness 4, 3 up save, 4 up invuln, 5 wounds, leadership 6 and OC 1. So pretty decent. So as standard, he's going to be equipped with a bolt pistol, plasma pistol, power spear or phoenix power spear, and also a close combat weapon. So we move over a bolt pistol, 1 attack, hitting on 2, strength 4, no AP and 1 damage. Plasma pistol, obviously you've got the hazardous option as well. So standard, hitting on 2s with 1 attack, strength 7, AP minus 2, 1 damage, or you can supercharge for strength 8, AP minus 3 and 2 damage. And then you've got the Screamer pistol, which is an option, so you can upgrade the Phoenix power spear, which we'll go into in a second, to the Screamer pistol. So that ignores cover, so obviously that's going to be very much like the noise weapons that they all have. With 3 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 5, AP minus 1, 2 damage, so that's pretty decent. You can also, if you wanted to, upgrade your plasma pistol to power fist or rupture lash. So let's have a little look here. So close combat weapon, 6 attacks, and then the standard hitting on 2, strength 4, AP 0 and 1 damage. Let's have a look at that Phoenix power spear. So it's lance, 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 7, pretty good. AP minus 2 and 2 damage, so that's the one you'd take for like custodians or whatnot. Mastercrafted power sword, which is you can upgrade and drop the power spear and get this. So it has precision with 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 5, AP minus 2 and 2 damage. And if you wanted to go with that power fist, you've got looks like the standard power fist, 5 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 8, AP minus 2 and 2 damage. Rupture lash, which has got extra attacks on it, which is fantastic, so you don't get that as standard. So you could upgrade the the plasma pistol for that. 4 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 4, AP minus 1, 1 damage. So you want to take out any standard infantry. Let's have a look at his abilities. So you obviously got the faction keyword of the Thrill Seekers, and he's a perfectionist. So while he's leading a unit, the weapons equipped by that model's unit have lethal abilities. Ooh, it's a bit naughty. And then euphoric strike. So once per battle at the start of the fight phase, he can use this ability, and if he does until the end of the fight phase, add 3 attacks characteristics of melee weapons. He can do it on the 2 of them. Equipped by this model and add 3 attacks and improve the armor penetration characteristic by 1. So if he's got that rupture lash as well, and let's say he's taking the Phoenix Spear, so that's going to be 8 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 7, AP minus 3 now, with 2 damage, and the Rupture Lash will be 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 4, AP minus 2, and 1 damage each. Ooh, that's pretty spicy. That is pretty spicy. Lord of the Host, this model is attached to an Emperor's Children battle line unit. During the declared battle formation step, this model has the Infiltrate and Scout 6 abilities. That's a bit spicy as well, so get them right in there, get into combat quite quick. So what do we think of that? Put it in the comments, let me know. Okay, moving on. So we saw one of these yesterday, which is the Lord Cacophonist, or Cacophonist, how you pronounce it? So we had a quick look at this one with the Screamer pistol, a close combat. I'm not going to go too much into that because it's on the live stream, but you can see it there, which he gives him, so he has sustained. So these images aren't the best. The ones yesterday were a little bit better. If you want to go back and have a look at them, or if you want to jump into our Discord as well. So the link to the Discord is in the description below. So you got the Sorcerer. So 7-inch move, toughness 4, 3 up save. 4 wounds, leadership 6 and OC 1. Looks like standard sorcerer layout. I'm just guessing he might have a few little differences. So he's got the, I think that's antagonizing energies. I think that says. It's a bit blurry. You have to bear with me. I'm sorry. D6 attacks with 18-inch range. Hitting on 3, strength 5, AP minus 1, and D3 damage. You can also have that focused, which then goes from just a psychic attack to devastating wounds, hazardous, and psychic. So D3 attacks, 18-inch range, hitting on 3s, strength 6, AP minus 2, and D3 damage, which obviously then 6s, then I'm going to be devastating. Plasma pistol, standard, force weapon standard, strength 6, AP minus 2, 3 damage. So while this model is leading the unit, each time a range attack with that unit, models in that have the benefit of cover against that attack. That's not too bad. And in your shooting phase, after this model is shot, select one infantry unit hit by one or more of these attacks made by the antagonizing energies until the start of the next turn. That unit, I can't read that little bit there. Subtract 2 from the move characteristics and subtract 2 from the charge rolls made against it. Okay, so it slows them down a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay, so if you go into the Discord, you'll be able to see them a little bit better. What we got on here? So we've got some demon princes that they can take now. Infernal cannon, Hellforged weapons, they look pretty much standard. I'm guessing the abilities will be the thing that's changed a little bit. Let's have a little look on the app. Let's see what the app says with the deep. Ranged weapons from Demon Prince is just Infernal cannon, so 3 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 5, AP minus 1, 2 damage, so that's pretty much the same with a 24-inch range. Hellforged weapons, strike and sweep the same. 6 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 8, AP minus 2, 3 damage, yep, exactly the same. And then 14 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 6, no AP, yep, that's exactly the same. So the weapons characteristics is exactly the same. The biggest difference is he gets a 10-inch move rather than 8. Toughness 10's the same. 2 up, 4 up, that's the same. 10 wounds, 6 and 3, yep, that's all exactly the same. Let's have a look at the ability. So Deadly Demise D3, yep. And he loses the Deep Strike ability, so that's gone. But is it going to be in the abilities? Because in the abilities here, he only has 2, or obviously there is 3. So we've got the Lord of Excess. While this model is within 3 inches or more of a friendly Slaanesh infantry unit, this model has a Lone Operative ability. So it loses the Stealth ability for the Prince of Darkness, and it had Unholy Vigor, which it has Excessive Vigor now. So it did have once per battle at the start of the phase, this model can use this ability. If it does, it has a 3-up invuln. It now, as while friendly Slaanesh unit is within 6 inches of this model, make a charge this turn, improve the armor penetration characteristics of melee weapons equipped by this model by 1. So yeah, it's a bit of a decent, it's more of an offense rather than a defensive one. And then you've got the next one. If this model is destroyed by a melee attack and has not fought this phase, roll d6 on a 2-up, don't remove it from play. And this model can attack, making its... Alright, so you can just basically have its attacks prior to it being moved away. Sorry about the quality, these leaks are never ever absolutely brilliant, unfortunately. So that is the Demon of Slaanesh. Moving on to the Winged Demon of Slaanesh. So, I'm guessing, yeah, so it's got an increased range, increased movement by 2. So normal demon has 12, that has 14. Toughness 9, 2 up 4, yep. 10 wounds, leadership 6, OC 3, exactly the same there. Infernal cannon looks exactly the same, just going to flip over to this one. 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 5, AP minus 1, 2 damage, that's exactly the same. And then the melee weapons is exactly the same. Yes it is, yeah. So weapon wise is exactly the same. Loses this one does have the deep strike. Keeps that obviously because it's got wings, and it changes. So it did have an ability where it gives you lethal precision or sustained, and it also had 3 attacks characteristics. Now, each time this model ends charge move, select one enemy unit with engagement range of it. Roll a d6, and for each model's remaining wounds on a 4+, that model suffers 1 mortal wound to a maximum of 6 mortal wounds. All right, okay. So basically, it's like tank shot, or what the Ballistus Dreadnought has, or the Assault Intercessors with jump packs. And each time stimulate by pain. Each time this model is allocated, each time an attack is allocated to this model, subtract 1 from the damage characteristics of this attack. So yeah, it's changing everything up a little bit, because as what's been theorised, all the demons are losing the codex and they're all being individually set up. So as you can see from here, all the Slaanesh ones are going in with Slaanesh, and we're waiting to see what happens with the Khorne, Nurgle, Tzeentch and whatnot. So that looks a little bit spicy as well. So moving on then, Flawless Blades we covered yesterday, so have a little look on that one, but they do get some spicy things. 8-inch move, toughness 5, 3 up save, 4 up invuln, 3 wounds, leadership 6, OC 1. Standard bolt pistol, but you don't take them for that one. And then you've got their blades, which is 3 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 6, AP minus 3, 2 damage. But you do have that lovely little ability where you can select it and you get to wound automatically on 3s. obviously if you don't kill anyone in the other unit, then you lose a model. Chaos Spawn. Let's have a look if that's just the standard Chaos Spawn characteristics, or if they've done anything for that one. There you go, Chaos Spawn. So D6 plus 2 damage, hit on 4s, strength 5, AP minus 1, 2 damage, that's exactly the same. 5 up, fill up pain, that's exactly the same. And it did have mind-bending mutations, it's lost that now and got a new one. And let's see if I can find that one, make it a bit bigger on this screen so we can see it. Once per turn, when the enemy unit ends a normal, advance or fallback move within 9 inches of this model can make a normal move up to 6 inches. So we can get a little bit closer, or it can run away if we've not got many wounds, but I'm guessing you wouldn't use it for that one. Right, so moving on. Tormentors now. So these are obviously just going to be your standard Marines, and you've got an absolute bulk load of things that you can swap and change into: plasma pistols, melter guns. Look like they've got standard strength, hit, ballistic skill and whatnot. As a 7-inch move over the standard 6-inch, it's getting there a little bit quicker. You've got abilities. You've got the icon of excess at the end of your shooting phase or the fight phase. The bearer's unit destroy one or more enemy units that turn. The bearer's unit must take a leadership test. If it's passed, gain a CP. Okay, and at the end of your command phase, so this is objective defiled, I think that says. At the end of your command phase, if this unit is within range of an objective marker you control, that objective marker remains under your control. It's basically sticky. So it's got sticky. You can upgrade the war gear abilities, and it does have the Infiltrator's keyword as well as the Thrill Seekers faction word as well. So they're looking pretty good. There you go. Infractors, this is a new one. So these are scout models. Each time a model in this unit attacks an enemy unit with a melee attack, re-roll a wound roll of 1. If that unit is in range of an objective marker, you can re-roll the wound roll instead. So you've got standard bolt pistol. You've got a movement 7, toughness 4, 3 up save, 2 wounds, 6 up leadership OC. So a little bit better than standard Marines. Bolt pistol or plasma pistol. So I'm guessing they come as standard with bolt pistol and power sword. Yes, and you can. So that's the. So you've got the Obsessionist, who is obviously going to be the Sergeant. Then you've got the Infractors as well. So the Obsessionist comes with a bolt pistol and plasma sword. Then the Infractor comes with a bolt pistol and dueling saber. So dueling saber, precision. Ooh, these boys are going to be tough against your characters. 4 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 4, AP minus 1, 1 damage. Power sword, which comes as standard with the Obsessionist. 4 attacks with precision again. Hitting on 3, strength 4, AP minus 2 and 1 damage. And if you wanted to, you can have your Obsessionist upgrade to a Rupture Lash, which is 6 attacks with precision, hitting on 3, strength 4, AP minus 1, 2 damage, 1 damage. I don't know where I'm getting this from, misreading everything. And obviously you've got one of them can take the Lord of Excess icon, so yeah, that's actually looking pretty good. Terminators, let's see if there's any difference with standard Terminators. So 6-inch move for a Terminator. Oof. Instead of standard 5, toughness 5, 2 up, 4 up, 3 wounds, leadership 6 and 1 OC. Fantastic, standard features there. Combi bolter, rapid fire 2, that's exactly the same as current. Combi weapon, exactly the same as current with anti-infantry devastating runes and rapid fire. Heavy flamer, exactly the same, and Reaper autocannon, 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Strength 7, AP minus 1, 1 damage, sustained and devastating. Yeah, that's exactly the same. So the standard range weapons are the same. Curse weapons, exactly the same. Chain fist, exactly the same. Power of a curse weapon, yep, same. Power fist. Abilities, deep strike the same, yeah. Thrill seeker's the same. Got currently you have the spoilers when it makes it dark packed. Until the end of the phase, you can re-roll a hit roll. Now you've got lethal obsession in your shooting phase. Each time this unit is selected to shoot, if it makes 1 or more ranged attacks, or all of these ranged attacks against the same unit until the end of the turn, each time that unit closes a charge, if that enemy unit is the target of the charge, you can re-roll the charge roll as well. That's not too bad, especially when you get in there and hit them with your power fists. So, Chaos Terminator's done. Excuse me. Noise Marines we covered yesterday. That's a bit of a not the best data sheet, so I'd probably go and have a look at the live stream from yesterday. Helldrake. So if you go and ask Chaos Gamer, my other half, she will tell you that's her favourite model. So standard flying model characteristics of 20-inch move, or I'm guessing it can have hover. Yes, it can. Toughness 10 though on this one, which is very nice. It's upgraded its saves as well, so it's got a 2-up save and a 5-up in run. Gat's gone up from a 3-up, so Heldrake's had a little bit of a buff. It also now has 14 wounds instead of 12, leadership of 7 and no AC, so yeah, Heldrake's got a little bit of a buff. Range weapons was Bale Flamer and Hades Autocannon. Let's have a little look what it is now. There it is, Heldrake. See if we can see it a little bit bigger. So, still got the Bale Flamer, which is, yep, that's exactly the same. 12-inch, D6 plus 3, 6 attacks. Yep, so Bale Flamer is exactly the same. And it does look like it says Hades Autocannon. So 6 attacks, hitting on 3 straight. Yeah, so its range weapons are exactly the same. Melee weapon, I guess it's going to be the Heldrake Claws. 5, 3, 2. Yeah. Strength 7. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So they're exactly the same. Anti-fly and devastating wounds. So that's exactly the same. I'm guessing Airborne Predator has changed because the rating's a lot smaller. It used to have it where it attacked just fly keywords. So each time this model ends a normal move, you can select one enemy unit that it moved over during the move. Roll 2d6, add 1 to each of the results for an enemy unit that can fly. On a 4-up, that enemy suffers D3 mortal wounds. Oh, right, so it's kind of like the bikes rule for the Custodes. Ooh. So the Heldrake just got a bit of a buff. Curious to know what its points are. We'll have a little look at that in a little bit. My missus will be happy about that one. Put that on silent. Mauler Fiend, yeah, because it looks like you can't take Forge Fiend now. It's just Mauler Fiend. So Mauler Fiend, let's have a look at hit. Let's compare. So the Mauler Fiend originally was a 10-inch move. That's the same. Toughness 10, 3 up, 5 up, yeah. 12 wounds, leadership 6, OC 3. That's exactly the same. Range weapons, Magna Cut 6 inches, 2, 3, 9, 4, D6. Yeah, that's exactly the same. Tendrils and Mauler Fists. Yeah, they're exactly the same. Abilities, Deadly Demise D3, yeah, and it did have Siege Crawler. It can ignore all modifiers to move characteristics and to advance a charge. It now has, every time it makes an attack, if it's below starting strength, add 1 to the hit roll. If it's below half strength, add 1 to the wound roll as well. It's not too bad. It's a little bit of a, yeah, that's made it a bit tougher, especially if it's having its backside kicked. Chaos Rhino is there as well. So Chaos Rhino, I know in one of the detachments, it does have a rule where it basically turns into a Land Raider. So you've got that disembarkation rule. So literally, it can move and then you can jump out and make a charge move as well. So if you go back into yesterday's video, I've got all of the detachment rules. Then you can have a good read through them. It's also on my Discord. I say Discord is in the description below. So I'm guessing this is going to be exactly the same. 12-inch, 9 toughness, 3 up save, 10 wounds, leadership 6, 2 OC. Yeah, that's exactly the same. Combi bolt, a combi weapon, havoc launcher. That's exactly the same. And obviously around tracks is exactly the same. You've got that did have self-repair. Now it's got assault vehicle. Units can disembark from this transport after it's advanced. After it is advanced, units can do so's count as made in a normal move in this phase and cannot declare any charges the same time. Alright, so we can jump out after it's advanced. Okay, that's not too bad. It's obviously melee army, you want to get everyone further forward. Now, this is the big one. This is the big one. Shalaxi has had a nerf. She has, unfortunately. So, Shalaxi now, I'll show you the big differences. Let me just get her update sheet up. 14-inch move is exactly the same. Toughness 10. She's gained a bit better on her save, so she's gone from a 5-up save to a 3-up save. Still keeps her 4-up in run, but if you look into her ability, she's lost her 5-up feel no pain. That has gone. Completely gone. Now she has had a points reduction, which I'll go through in a sec, but yeah, that's gone. 20 wounds, leadership 6, OC 5. Right, range weapons, Lash of Slaanesh, which is an assault weapon, which is exactly the same. And then the other two, the Witchfire ones, is D6, 2, 9. Yep, that's exactly the same. And that's exactly the same as well. So pretty much her range weapons, which you don't take for anyway, is exactly the same. I have noticed there is a difference on Soul Piercer. That has had a strength reduction as well. So as you can see there, it's strength 12. It used to be strength 14. So it's 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 12 now, AP minus 3, D6 plus 2. That's the only real difference. And then Snapping Claws, which is an extra attacks weapon with Devastating Wounds, 4 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 6, AP minus 2 and 3 damage. That's exactly the same. So let's have a look at her ability. So Deadly Demise D6 is the same, Deep Strike is the same. She's lost the Feel No Pain ability, so my other half, who likes playing Salaxi, especially against the Lion who I play with, is not going to be happy about that. Obviously her faction keyword is Pact of Excess. Shadow of Chaos is gone. She's lost, still got Monica the Hunt, which has changed slightly, but she's lost the other two. She now has, you can re-roll advance and charge rolls for this model, and at the start of the battle round, select one enemy unit in this model's quarry. Each time this model makes a melee attack that targets its quarry, you can re-roll the hit roll, you can re-roll the wound roll, and each time this model's quarry is destroyed, select one enemy unit, and that model, that's then this model's quarry. Yeah. So you can basically select one, kill it, select one, kill it, select one, kill it, and just keep going, because that's what she's very good at. Originally, she would get to re-roll the hit roll and the damage roll, so she's lost the damage roll as well. So she's got the hit roll, she's got the wound roll, she's lost the damage roll, she's lost 2 strength on Soul Piercer, and she's also lost her Feel No Pain. Yeah, she's gained a 3-up save. She had the 4-up invuln anyway, so yeah, unfortunately she's had a bit of a nerf. Right, who we got next then? Keeper's Secrets. Let's have a little look at Keeper's Secrets. Movement the same. Toughness 10. Strength, save 5 or 4-up invuln. 18 wounds. Leadership 6. OC. Yeah, that's exactly the same. Living Whip. Phantasmagoria. Exactly the same. Yeah. So her ranged weapons are the same. Her melee weapons, has there been any changes there? No, they're exactly the same as well, so it's mainly just going to be the ability. She's still got Deadly Demise and Deep Strike. She now, yeah. So the Demon Lord of Slaanesh is exactly the same. Mesmerizing Form is exactly the same as well. She basically just lost the Great Demon of Slaanesh, which is the aura of Shadow of the what's it called? Shadow of Chaos. That's still the same. War Gear abilities. She's been nerfed as well, because she had Shining Aegis, which would have given her a 5-up Feel No Pain. And unless it's on the back, no, it's changed. You can see it there. War Gear abilities now has gone from a 5-up Feel No Pain to now a saves characteristics of 3. So hopefully Keeper of Secrets has had a bit of a reduction in points as well, because that's a nerf there as well. Moving on, Demonettes and Fiends. Have a little look at these ones in a minute. Seekers. This is the one I wanted to get to. So this is the big one. So these are the points. Okay. So you can take a Land Raider. You can take a Rhino. But everything else, all of the tanks, Predator, Vindicator, they've all gone. And you'll also notice as well, there's no Hellbrutes, so no Dreads whatsoever. And you'll also notice as well, there is no Forge Fiend. That's gone as well. So quite a lot of heavy weapons or heavy support and whatnot is completely gone. So this has gone purely get in, slice the bits, get out again. Mainly because they enjoy it. So Chaos Land Raider. Bet you they put it under Chaos again, not under Land Raider. Yeah. Right, so Chaos Land Raider was 240 points. It's the same. Rhino. Chaos Rhino, 75 points, that's the same. Chaos Spawn, 70 points, that's the same. Terminator models, slight little bit of a buff to them. So Chaos Terminator squad unit composition. So you can only take a 5-man squad now of Terminators as well, and they've gone down. So they're 175 for the 5 models. So you can't take them as a 10 by the looks of it, because it's not listed on there that you can. So you can only take a 5-man Terminator squad. Demon Prince of Slaanesh. Let's compare that to a standard Demon Prince. Demon Prince was 190. Demon Prince there's 195, but they are slightly better, a bit more moves, so that 5 points, yeah, that's fair enough. And the one with wings was 180, and that's gone up to 195 as well. So yeah, I can live with that 15 points. Flawless Blades, 130 for 3 models, 260 for 6. What do you think of that one? That could be... It's a big risk-reward thing that you're fighting against whether you want to use the 3. So I think that to me, that's slightly a bit expensive. I'm thinking more 115, 120 for 3 models. And then, 230 to 240. I think that's slightly expensive. Fulgrim, we knew that was always going to be the case. Quite an expensive model for 385. What do you think of that? That's, me personally, that's a little bit cheap. I think that's a cheap for everything that Fulgrim can do. I think that's a little bit of a cheap one. Helldrake, 205. So Helldrake has got better and has had a point reduction. So it's gone from 205 to 195. Fractors, 95, and 5 models, 190 for 10. You've got Lord Exultant, 85. Lord Cacophonist, 70. Stat line isn't great on the Lord Cacophonist. It's alright. So 70 points reflects that. Lucius the Eternal's 140. If you watched the live stream yesterday, I called 140 for Lucius. I actually called 380 for Fulgrim, so I wasn't far off. I'm happy with that one. Mauler Fiend. Mauler Fiend is 130 normally, so that's gone up by 10. Noise Marines 135 for 6 is not bad, actually. I'm happy with that one. Sorcerer has gone up because the stat line's gone up as well. Tormentors as well. But the big one is, if you look on the other side, Shalaxi has gone down. So currently, she had to, in fairness, because let's face it, we don't really want to have a buff on the actual model and then suddenly have to pay the same sort of money. Not money, you know what I mean, points. Right, Shalaxi was the greatest character in all the 40k. Now, don't know, we'll have to see what happens over gaming and whatnot, but it might make her more viable to take. Now imagine going against an Emperor's Children army with Fulgrim on one side, Shalaxi on the other side, or them both not being there because they both have Deep Strike and suddenly appearing. That's going to be quite scary. So she's gone down by 35 points. She was 425, she's now 390. Keeper of Secrets. Keeper of Secrets was 290. Keeper of Secrets has gone up in price, but has lost the 5 up feel no pain. I think they've gone wrong on that one. I don't think anyone's going to be taking the Keeper of Secrets, because obviously it's lost the 5 up feel no pain. Yeah, alright, it's gained a 3 up in Von. Sorry, yeah, rather than a 5 up in or a 4 up in Von. Nah, I don't know about that one. Let me know what you think in the comments about that one. Moving on, these were all the detachment rules. And there was one which was, you can see on this one here, which was Ceaseless Onslaught. So Emperor's Children unit that is embarked in a transport that's made a normal move, and the effect is, until the end of that phase, your Emperor's Children are eligible to declare a charge. So it's basically just turned a Rhino into a Land Raider. Some really good detachments that are coming out with them. You've got one there where you can select lethal or sustained. You've got, that's the demon one. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. So me personally, I'm a huge fan of the new models, and I'm also a huge fan of this codex. I think it's actually going to do well, especially if you want to do a melee army. Now me more, I'm not tournament based. I don't play tournaments, and I'm not really that good at playing the traditional 40k rules. I'm more of a 2 armies, butting heads, just fighting, see what happens. So in that sort of game, I reckon it's absolutely fantastic. If you're a tournament player, or if that's the game you like to play, let me know in the comment section below what you think, and we'll have a little chat about it down there. But as always, thanks for coming, and we'll see you at the next one.